Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Looking at YELP, GWPH PCLN NVDA, and TSLA. So YELP with a bearish reaction to earnings and the close down at the low of the day suggests further downside to start next week. Very key support approaching 34.62. So we're still over 3% above that level. But in order to maintain the higher low pattern on the weekly time frame, that is a very key level to hold. And if we were to break that, that would put the overall uptrend in question. So it is a little bit of a double top here and not a good timing to have earnings, technically speaking, because 43.36 was our top and we only broke it by 5 cents. We formed a bearish doji last week and we're confirming it in a huge way on this bearish reaction to earnings. So there is now a double top at that level. And if we lose 34.62 support, we are going to see a break of that higher low pattern. So if we were to drop right down to that level to start early next week, we could be looking for bulls to defend that area and maybe make a bottom fishing play off of 34.62 support. But we'll have to take it one day at a time and see if we get further downside on Monday, which is certainly likely. GWPH inside candlestick on Friday, consolidating and looking very healthy. We've got a low of 127.04 and a high of 129.48. Those are the ranges to be watching next week as the bulls still try to maintain control, and they're certainly looking strong on the weekly time frame. Upper Bollinger Band is going to begin ascending. Middle Bollinger Band, strong support. Break of the lower high pattern, 130.83 and 134.63 are resistance levels that stand out on the weekly time frame. And on the daily time frame, PCLN, look at that volume. Blue Sky Breakout Bull. We've been following PCLN on the Resident Bull list for a very long time. And with the market in Blue Sky Breakouts and PCLN in Blue Sky Breakout mode, ideal scenario for the bulls. We're above the upper Bollinger Band. We've got resistance of 1650, 1660. Psychological levels on the way up as there is no resistance to be looking at. Breaking out on both the daily and weekly time frame, ideal for the bulls. And we saw that healthy consolidation after the last all-time high. Bulls built the base of support, and then big time continuation with 6 green days in a row. NVDA, all over the place in reaction to earnings, and we had a double top at the all-time high. So 120.92 is our all-time high, and the bulls got up to 120.70 right first thing in the morning, and then saw an all-out dump. So the bears took control, and you can see that high bear volume in the close down near the low of the day, but the bulls overall still have control of the trend. The middle Bollinger Band daily support hasn't even been tested at 110.31. So that will be the next level we look to early next week to see if the bulls can maintain that level. But a clear double top at the all-time high, and we can see that on the weekly time frame with a resistance line that is a bearish reversal, gravestone doji on the weekly, and a red week this coming week would confirm it. So both YELP and NVDA have a bit of a double top on the weekly time frame to be watching, and the bears have full momentum in both of those names as we head into next week. Weekly time frame for NVDA must hold 99.11 as a last resort to maintain higher lows and higher highs. But we're also watching these exponential supports that have held for almost a year now at this point on the weekly time frame. We'll have to update those on Monday. And last, we've got Tesla. Tesla bulls bought the dip. We closed right at just below the upper Bollinger Band resistance, but the bulls are maintaining strong here. And we have a key support now, 266.15 and 266.11, the last low of the last 2 days. And if we break those levels, we have a gap to fill at 263.36. So that would be a bear signal for a short-term trade to fill that gap if we lose that little double low of support. And in terms of resistance, 270.95 and 271.18. So pretty much Friday and Thursday had the same range of trading, but that weekly chart is just one big bull back above the upper Bollinger Band and making significant dents in the overall longer-term downtrend that has been in play now for a couple years, and the bulls looking up at the next resistance of 271.57 and then up to 286.65. Tons of strength on the weekly time frame, but very little consolidation. Bulls have proven that they don't really need much consolidation, although we did see a decent amount on the daily time frame that pretty much all fit into that one little candlestick last week. So that's what we're looking at for these names. YELP and NVDA have bearish momentum for the short term. GWPH and PCLN, very bullish short term, and Tesla holding up very strong for the bulls as well. I appreciate you watching and hope you have a great rest of your weekend.